Okay, good evening guys, hello and welcome to MatchTalk Live Extra Time, where tonight's match was Tottenham Hotspur beat Manchester United. And my thoughts of the game today, well, there was a few alarming things I have to say. One was his mistake. I mean, it's not just this, but yeah, it's a bit concerning. He struggled last season, and now he struggled at times this season. And I do think it might be time to part with De Gea, because I just think that, I just think that he has been great, but we need a new goalkeeper, because if this carries on, he's got to go. And it would pain me to say that, because, Dave is a great man, he seems a lovely guy, and he is a great player, but I just think now, I just think unfortunately, although it's been great over the years, I just think if he keeps making these mistakes, and I'm sorry, he's got to go. But we'll see. Let's see the player ratings. Oh, right, okay. Right, let's add JLI Wheels into this. Good evening, JLI Wheels. Yeah, you're right.
Evening, you alright?
Yes, I'm good.
Sorry about that, I lost track of time.
No, that's alright.
What did the game end?
Well, there were a few things that rung a few alarm bells with me. One is De Gea's mistake. I mean, it's happened various times this season, and it's hugely concerning, I think. If it carries on, I'm sorry, I think we've got to get rid of him, and we need a new goalkeeper if it carries on, because we can't afford this.
So it was 1-1, was it?
It was 1-1, yeah. Pogba helped one penalty.
You'll have to walk me through, because obviously I haven't got Sky, so...
Oh, of course. So Pogba helped won a penalty because he and Mason Greenwood, they both came off the bench.
Yeah.
And Bruno Fernandes, he scored the penalty. One thing that was also interesting is we were talking about Harry Kane, and he was one of the players that had the fewest touches, along with Anthony Martial. So that was
interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. Lloris made a few great saves. He did. He's a good goalkeeper. I like Lloris. And
underrated.
Yeah, well, I think so.
He's underrated in terms of one of the best in the world, and I think that he doesn't get involved in that conversation.
Oh, absolutely, because he's the second goalkeeper for France, isn't he, along with Jan Oblak?
For France, it's not Jan Oblak, it's France's number one. Oh my God, who is it?
I thought Oblak was French.
No, Oblak is Slovenian.
Oh, my mistake Slovenian.
There. Yeah, Lloris is France's number one. That's why the way you put it confused me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spurs were good. I was they looked deadly and they looked really up for it. I mean, Davis of Sanchez actually, I think, had one of the best games I've seen him play, because he's not really been that great, but tonight. And what even amazed me, I thought I was saying, of course, if you were watching, for the people that are watching, if they did watch earlier, you will have heard me saying about Serge Aurier, about him getting booked a lot. Well, for once, he didn't get booked. In fact, he was quite quiet by his standards. So, yeah. Yeah, generally, I mean, Eric Lamela, another player that's not been starting that much, I don't think.
God, he's not played very much at all, has he, Lamela?
No, he was good. He was impressive, and Stephen.
Bergwijn.
Yep, he was also impressive as well. Yeah.
Yeah, a great player. Tottenham did well to get him, to be fair.
Yes, yeah, they did. Yeah, I think pretty much. I mean, Ben Davis, another one who I quite like as well. Can't remember if he's Welsh or English. Is he Welsh or English, Ben Davis?
Welsh.
Thank you very much. So yeah, he was. He's definitely a good left back. I think definitely better than Danny Rose. Absolutely.
He's Wales' first choice left back.
Yeah. So yeah, I can.
Other than they got Neil Taylor and people like that.
Oh right, yeah. I'm not familiar with Neil. Not familiar with many of the Wales international players, I don't think.
You should be. Well, it's a home nation.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Robson Carnot, obviously, I know because he used to play for West Brom in the Premier League, and I obviously know Bale and Ramsey and, well, James. But, generally, I've not got any reason to really follow the Welsh national team unless they're playing England.
That's disappointing. What have I told you about supporting the home nations?
Well, look...
You should always support the home nations, well.
Well... So, if you're Scottish, you should support England, should you?
If they're at a tournament, then, I always think, what you're going to do, you're going to support the team closest to you, I think. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Although I know that there is a rivalry between Scotland and England, isn't there? So maybe Scotland wouldn't be supporting us. But yeah, anyway, back to the game. How did Greenwood do?
Didn't make much contributions to that. I think he still made, I think he still did. He worked hard and still, you could tell he made an impact, but it wasn't focused. It wasn't like he was the main point.
I mean, at the end of the day, Will, he's a young man, isn't he? So.
Oh yes, of course. And even if the commentators don't mention you and you hardly mention Ulstein, doesn't mean that you're having a bad game, really. So. Yeah, I think Greenwood didn't do bad. Pogba looked really up for it, I have to say, in terms of fitness, and I mean, even the warm up, you can tell when players are rusty. Even when they're doing the slightest warm up when they're getting ready to turn on, but you could tell. Well, I could tell from the warm up, and well, my dad thought. You can't tell from a warm-up, really. But, well, I thought Pogba was up for it when he came on for Fred in the 63rd minute.
I don't know. I think you can tell that a player is sharp.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You can tell that when a player is sharp.
Yeah.
But you can't exactly tell what they're going to be like in the game.
Yeah. Now, this is a substitution which baffled me. Now, obviously, I know he came on, but when Lindelof came on, he decided, Solskjaer, to bring on Matic on the 78th minute. So, really, he should have brought Bailly on for Lindelof, and then brought Matic on for McTominay, really. So rather than pushing McTominay to central defence for a brief time, I mean, that was a bit baffling, but it was a minor point. I mean, I have to say United's passing, they couldn't keep the ball very much. That was a bit concerning at times as well. Gave the ball away a lot, but like I said, Tottenham were great. I think a draw, away to Tottenham is tough, and when both teams are fighting for the top four, I actually, it's not obviously the best result, but it's actually not that bad, I don't think, and especially because it's the first game back for both teams.
No, I think at the end of the day, you're right. It's the first game. The first game's back, and you can't make any judgments. And I think it might be something where you're like, okay, United were chasing the game.
Yeah.
From the sound of it sounds like they were chasing the game. I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But you sort of made it sound like that. So if United are chasing the game for like, however many minutes, I think United have always been the kind of team to invite the pressure anyway.
Yeah.
I think United have always been a team to especially under Solskjaer, they do let teams play a bit.
Yeah. I tell you what was also really funny. Roy Keane absolutely tore into Harry Maguire and De Gea and Shaw. He really did.
Yeah. The thing about, let's talk about De Gea, right? Because you made that point.
Yeah.
They always say, don't they, about goalkeepers, that a good test for a goalkeeper, or a way to know that a goalkeeper is good, is have him in a team near the bottom that don't have the best defence, and see how much is kept in and how much they, how many goals they concede, how many shots they concede.
You're right.
I haven't been convinced by De Gea for nearly 2 years now.
Yeah. It's certainly interesting, I think. I mean, if this keeps going on,
it's one of them.
It can't. If this keeps going on, then I'm sorry. De Gea's been a great player for us in the past, but he has to go. If this keeps going on, then unfortunately, the time is to say goodbye, I think. But just my view. Of course, if you usually watch, we usually do for United games player ratings from the Manchester Evening News, and I thought I'll put it in the YouTube chat because I wondered if Joe I Wheels wondered if you wanted to have a crack at doing the player ratings.
I'm gonna admit, mate, I'm just getting it up.
Oh right, okay. Oh, he's
where have you put that? In the chat?
No, I haven't put it. Yeah, I'm just about to copy.
Yeah, on the YouTube
it.
chat.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'll look it up.
Oh, okay.
Who do you think the best United player was then?
Bruno Fernandes was definitely good. Not just the penalty, but he was constantly making chances. He was the player that seemed really up for it. So you got it up?
Yeah, got it now, got it.
Okie dokie.
Right, so how do you usually do these? Do you just say it and then sort of carry on?
Well, yeah, sometimes I go into like full what the text says. Sometimes I just say the player and their number, and I also do the substitutes as well normally. So
Alright then. Here we go.
off you go.
Starting off with David De Gea in goal. Poor error for Bergwijn's goal, and the save from Heung-min Son was routine. Did he fluff it or something?
Yeah, wasn't great.
His number one status is in increasing doubt. 4. Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bruno Fernandes implored him to get forward, and he rarely did. Struggled to shackle Son Heung-min in their duel. 5. 1 second, Will.
Okay.
Right, I'm with you again. Sorry, I was just getting rid of some distractions. So, Aaron Wan-Bissaka got 5. Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire was more culpable for Bergwijn's goal, and Lindelof could not get across to close the gap or block the shot. 5. Harry Maguire, his immobility was brutally exposed by Bergwijn for the goal, and it changed the game. Careless for a Spurs chance in the second half too. 4. Luke Shaw could not quell the marauding Sergio Aurier down his side in the first half, but grew into the game. Key tackle on Eric Lamela kept it 1-0, and he fastened a chance for Martial. 6. Scott McTominay, oh god, I can't say these names. Scott McTominay, aggressive and vocal, as the referee will attest, but left Fred isolated in times, and it contributed to the opener. 6. Fred got caught out a couple of times early on and lacked the cynicism to upend Bergwijn en route to scoring, made way for Pogba. 5. Bruno Fernandes, United's most inventive player again, fashioned 2 of United's best chances in either half when Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial equalised. 7. Daniel James, almost always selected against the elite, but did not vindicate his inclusion this time. Never got the measure of Ben Davies, and unsurprisingly substituted. 4. Marcus Rashford had a good chance to put United 1-0 up, but lost the challenge that led to Bergwijn's breakaway goal, and he was erratic on the ball. 5. Anthony Martial. Get in the box, Antho, Solskjaer shouted at Martial. He stayed outside the box, came alive to elicit a world-class save from Hugo Lloris. 5. Subs, Greenwood offered pace. 6. Paul Pogba enhanced United almost immediately and won the penalty that Fernandes converted. 7. Odion Ighalo offered a different outlet. 5. Nemanja Matic, let Pogba and Fernandes off the leash. 6. And Eric Bailly came on late to shore things up. NA.
Thank you very much. That was very nice.
From the sounds of it, well, it wasn't too great, was it? Because I kept fluffing the names. But by the sounds of it,
I think you did pretty well.
Thank you very much. Too kind. So by the sounds of it, Pogba did well when he came on, and the presence of Matic, and you said about Matic you weren't sure about it, but the presence of Matic obviously defensively would allow Fernandes and Pogba to be a bit more creative, as they obviously were.
Yes, of course. I mean, Matic is definitely, if we think back to the season, it seems like Matic was coming to the end, I think, but he seems like a rejuvenated player, and so it basically sounds like United were pretty poor tonight. Yeah, they weren't.
I can find
weren't great.
I can try and find the Spurs ratings if you want.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. It'll be on Football London, I think, or something.
Do you not usually do that?
Not usually, but I think that would be a much more fairer way to do it. Because
I just thought that that's more fair.
yes, exactly. Like I don't leave them out in the team news. I do so. Right, okie dokie. So
Mm.
let's see. All right, let's see. So this is from the
The only thing
Telegraph.
the only thing I could find was from the Independent,
Okay,
which might be a little bit different.
I've got
Oh no,
something.
it's actually the same. It's actually pretty much the same.
I've
Yeah,
got
it's kind of the same.
I've got something from the Telegraph here, so I could do
Yeah,
this
go
if
on.
you want. Okay.
Yep.
So Tottenham, as I said previously in the last stream, they were the same formation as United, a 4-2-3-1. So Hugo Lloris, the 7. The Tottenham captain made a key save from Rashford during the first half and brilliantly tipped a Martial shot over the bar. Serge Aurier, 7. The right back kept his place despite his hat-trick of lockdown breaches and played well, despite being guilty of wasting an early chance to find a teammate in the area. Eric Dyer, 6. Preferred to Toby Alderweireld in the centre of defence and performed well with strong tackles until he made the clumsy challenge to concede a late penalty. Davison Sanchez, 5. Lucky to get away with a sloppy mistake when he failed to deal with a Fernandes cross, but Lloris saved well with from Rashford. Ben Davis, a 6. The Wales international defended well, dealing with the pace of James and overlapping Wan-Bissaka. Didn't push too far forwards. Musa Sissoko, 6. Struggled to get in the game in his first game back from injury, but he was more influential after the break, and no doubt to improve as his sharpness returns. Harry Winks, a 6. The midfielder has been working on his defending, and his range of passing was as crisp as ever. He was unlucky not to win a corner with a deflected shot. Hugh Min-son, 7. Fresh from military service with South Korea. Son looked fit and ready. The forward was unlucky not to score with a header that De Gea saved well. Eric Lamela, 7. A tenacious performance from the Argentine. Slightly fortunate not to be booked in the first half, but he set the tone for the Tottenham performance. Stephen Bergwijn. Bergwijn? Is that? Bergwijn. Oh yeah, I got it right. Right, he was given an 8. The Dutchman was one of 3 Tottenham forwards to return from injury, and he came back with a bang, scoring a brilliant goal. Harry Kane, 5. Almost 6 months since his last appearance. Kane looked well short of match fitness and barely touched the ball during the first half. And substitutes Giovanni Lo Celso on for Lamela, 70 minutes to 6. And Gelson Fernandes on for Bergwijn, 71, a 6. So yeah, that's the Tottenham player ratings.
Not bad. So it sounds like they were not. It sounds like they weren't. It sounds like they were better than United, but some of them weren't that great either.
Oh yes, I mean, I personally thought Davison Sanchez had one of his best games, but well, I don't know. They seem to think that he didn't, but. What was that bang? Oh, never mind.
Don't know, mate. Didn't hear anything.
Alright, we'll carry on. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, I thought Davison Sanchez was good, but obviously they disagree, so we're all entitled to our views, obviously. Let's see what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has had to say. I mean, hopefully, usually in the past, obviously, we've had to wait for him to speak because there's lots of the cameras and stuff, but I think maybe because of the situation, he maybe will be getting a little bit quicker, maybe, of him talking. No, I don't think. Don't think we've got it yet. Let me just double check. On the Manchester Evening News, it might have just literally come through. So yeah, overall a draw. I'm pretty happy, and yeah.
Well, they're a big team, Tottenham, with some big players, some good
absolutely.
players as well.
And that was the first time I really saw Bergwijn, you know, because he was often on the bench a lot. But
what I've seen of him, he's very good, to be fair.
Well, we have got Mourinho's reaction here.
And what did he have to say for himself?
Oh, well, typical Mourinho. Happy and unhappy. What did I like? I like the team attitude, the organisation, the control, following a plan, and being very solid. We gave to United, which they don't like. Unhappy with the fact that the way I was reading the game, I had no bench to react to it. When they became more dominant, because we were tired at the front, it was easier for them to build, so it was hard to manage the game. I'm unhappy with the VAR because the referee in the game can give a cheap penalty, but then VAR is there to do a job, so I'm unhappy with VAR, not with Moth. For the second penalty the other way round, VAR gave the truth. Yes, because there was nearly Eric Dyer conceded a second penalty, but VAR ruled it out.
It's funny, isn't it, Mourinho? You either get brutal honesty, or he's kind of evasive.
Yeah. I bet you must miss him. Not obviously his football at Chelsea, but just the entertainment value of him.
He was a character, but I think his character's what lets him down, isn't it? As we've learned at times during his spells elsewhere, whether it's with United or with Tottenham.
Yes, absolutely, and he destroys one thing that Mourinho shouldn't do: criticise players, but do it behind closed doors. Don't do it for all the media. It can really damage the mental health and really damage players seriously by doing that. So
I think obviously, the way he approaches things, it's supposed to make or break you, isn't it?
Well, yeah,
It's about strength and toughness and knowing what a player has and hasn't got in terms of, abilities and what have you.
I get that,
but I think it was... Go on, you first.
I get that, but see, Sir Alex mastered this, right? He could criticise a player, but he would do it the right way. Do it behind closed doors, or do it in the dressing room with the players, not in front of the media, because you could destroy players doing that. I heavily criticised Mourinho. I mean, he potentially destroyed Bailly when he took him off after... I don't know. I think it was 16 minutes. It wasn't even half time. He hauled him off from, I think, when they were playing Tottenham, funnily enough. No, Newcastle. And I was really furious with Mourinho for doing that. And
yeah, I think at the end of the day, a point shared for two big teams at this point. When we're just getting to the restart is very good. I think obviously it sounds like United had a pretty poor game, so United will obviously be the happier of the two teams. Mourinho also seemed very middle of the road, but maybe that was because he obviously managed United for a time. And I think we can be looking forward to whatever's next from the Premier League. What game is it tomorrow, Will?
It is right. We're on Friday, aren't we, today? So Saturday we've got Bournemouth v Palace, and my dad is not wasn't initially keen, but he says if I watch it, he'll watch it. So I might actually, because it's a unique game, because obviously it's the first of 4 games to be live games to be broadcast on the BBC in the history that it's been the Premier League. So I think it's a pretty unique opportunity and one that we'll never see. I'm pretty sure we'll never see this again. You know, these are under extreme circumstances. I can't see long term the BBC getting awarded games. So, yeah. I think. Yeah. So I think perhaps. I mean, are you potentially available for tomorrow or?
I should be. I mean, I think you might want to see what the other boys are doing as well.
Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah, sorry, it's a bit. Last minute, but I just.
No, I kind of. I thought that we'd sort of all decided to wait until Monday now.
You're right.
Not,
Yes, that's probably a better.
It's up to you. At the end of the day, it's a live game, and it's one that I can watch that one as well because I'm.
And the fact that it's a unique, that it's on the BBC really, because that's a huge thing, I think.
So in which case, then I'll leave that in your hands. Whatever you want to do, Will.
Okay. Right, have we got anything from Ole yet? We got Mourinho's reaction. Not from Ole. And I was looking, I don't know if you watched this on the previous stream about Mauricio Sarri allegedly, not obviously don't trust what the papers say, but allegedly losing the fans and the players at Juventus.
I mean, he is a very polarizing figure, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't like him at all.
We've talked about him before. If he's gonna go, he's gonna go. I mean, I don't really think he fitted Chelsea. Does he fit Juventus? Well, he did good with Napoli, so
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a difficult one to talk about a manager that's that kind of divides opinion.
Yeah. Let's give you some match stats of the Tottenham v United game, and then I also want to talk about. Did you see the Norwich v Southampton game?
I did. I watched every second of it. It was great.
Right, brilliant. We'll get to that in a moment then. So Tottenham 39% possession, United 61%. This isn't surprising because United obviously usually dominate in the possession area, but you can have all the possession in the world, as I said in the previous stream, but if you don't do anything useful with it, then what's the point? So Tottenham have got 10 shots, United have got 12 shots. Shots on target, 6 for United. At least that's better than Norwich. Much better than Norwich. Tottenham got 3. Tottenham got 7 corners. United got 6 corners. And, quite close on the fouls front. So Tottenham got 17 and United got 18. So, yeah. Right, so that was the stats for that. So, let's talk about Norwich v Southampton. What were your thoughts on that game then?
I think, again, same with the United Tottenham game. It's one game, but Southampton were just clinical.
Yeah.
Danny Ings scored a great goal.
Yeah.
Stuart Armstrong also scored. Armstrong and Ings linked up well. Obviously, one assisted the other.
Yes, I know. I thought that was funny.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And Nathan Redmond also scored a nice, tidy finish.
Yeah.
But it didn't look great for Norwich, to be honest. I think as well, for the first 5-10 minutes, Southampton hardly touched the ball. In fact, I think they had 2 or 3 touches of the ball in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But it just kind of fell apart with them. And Daniel Farke changed formation, and I think in some senses it sort of had the adverse effect because it did leave them more open.
Yeah.
I think we also had quite a few youngsters come on for Southampton, like Will Smallbone, and that's the one good thing about the increased substitutions is it does give more youngsters a chance.
Yeah, because I've never heard of Smallbone before, but I thought his name was quite funny, I have to say.
Yeah, no, he could have a good future ahead of him. I've heard things, but nothing too major.
Brilliant. Well, if it's another good young player, then, well, you know me, I'm all. Well, we should be really. You know, you should be up for young players, really.
Young and English, what's better than that?
Exactly. But yeah, even young foreign players as well. I mean, you know, you've got to get a balance. You've got to get experienced players, some English players, and some youth players, whether they're English or foreign. You've got to get a balance. I think that's the perfect team. If you can do that all successfully, then you're ahead.
Yeah. So in terms of Southampton and Norwich, I don't know. It's kind of hard to know what to say about it because Southampton were very good and Norwich were very poor.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's a warning sign for them. I'd probably say it's not because it's early days.
Yeah.
But they are, you know, the gap is starting to widen, and that's never a good thing.
Oh yes, and you know, I think it is a warning sign because, you know, if I was Norwich, I'd be hugely concerned. I would. I mean, yeah, it's but obviously, like you say, it is early days. I mean, Danny Ings, obviously getting on the score sheet again, and yeah, I was talking about Danny Ings and saying he's a great player, and you know, just unfortunately with injuries, that has hampered his progress a little bit. Had he not got injured, do you think he could have made it into the Liverpool first team?
I think he was a different player back then, wasn't he? So it's kind of difficult.
Yeah.
He was a lot more, you know, I think coming to Southampton was the best thing he could have done for his career. Because it sort of opened him up a little bit to a new style of play, new teammates.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And obviously Højbjerg is not going to be captain anymore, but I was surprised he still played because I didn't think he would be playing, especially his ball.
Højbjerg's a difficult one because similarly to Emre Can, you know, one of the ones that came through at Bayern Munich in the kind of sort of 13-14 and 13-12 era. He's a very good player, and I always felt he deserved a bit more than he got to go to Southampton. I always thought he's probably better than that as a player. But you know, something's obviously gone on there, whether it's something big or something small. You know, we don't know. You can't comment on anything. Like, as I've continuously said, and I like to think that we try to remain fair here.
Yeah.
And it's obviously difficult to turn around and say, well, this manager meant this, because that manager might have meant that, but or this player did this, or
Yes,
it's like the Sane situation.
yeah.
What does Pep coming out and telling everybody that Sane wants to leave City do for the player?
Yeah, I'm not sure that'd be an interesting one. See, maybe the player would be glad that it's finally out. Maybe I don't know.
I mean, it was a big rumor, wasn't it, that was going around about
Oh, absolutely.
Sane to
Not
Bayern Munich.
not just this season, but it's been going on for quite a few seasons now, I think.
I think it wasn't a unknown thing that Sane was. Sane was a big target for Bayern Munich. We were talking, what was it? What was the figure? Something like 72 million.
Ooh,
That's big. That's big money.
definitely.
In any country or any currency.
Oh, absolutely.
It's serious stuff, and he is worth it to me. Sane, he's a very good player.
He is, but I don't think he would be worth that money, really.
Yeah, but you say that, but United spent like 100 and whatever million on Pogba, and he's not worth it.
Well, no, I know he's not worth it. I can't wait for him to get out of the club.
But that's the money. That's the money that sometimes to get the man you want, that's the money you have to pay.
Well, yeah, it's a complicated one, I mean, yeah. I want to talk about Che Adams. I think, obviously, scored a lot of goals for Birmingham. Was this his first appearance for Southampton, I think?
It was not his first appearance. He's appeared a few times, but it hasn't worked out for him.
Okay, how did he?
Mainly to do with. Do you know what? I didn't see very much of him, so he can't have done too much in the game.
He came on the 82nd minute for Michael Obafemi.
Obafemi is a great young player. He's only 20 years old, Northern Republic of Ireland international.
And he assisted Nathan Redmond's goal, of course.
Very quick, yeah, on the break. It's a very good, very decent goal for good for Redmond. I've always liked Nathan Redmond. I don't think he gets that much good press nowadays.
Oh, absolutely. I think Redmond's a great player. And, I also think that Stuart Armstrong should start more because he started a lot beginning of the season, then he got benched quite a few times. So what's your view on Stuart Armstrong?
I like him. I think, Celtic player, very energetic. Did well again, and everything I've seen of him, I don't know whether it's just whenever I watch Southampton, but he does always seem to perform well whenever I've seen him.
Yeah.
And Southampton, I've always had a bit of a soft spot for Southampton because they had that great FA Youth Cup side with the likes of Ward-Prowse and Shaw in it, and Jack Stevens and Callum Chambers, and Noah Lallana was a little bit older, but
right, okay.
So they've definitely got sort of players that can do big things in the Premier League, and as we've seen that with them over the years, and I think sometimes. With Southampton, it's just a thing of the need to string results together.
Yeah.
They're not a hugely consistent team, I don't think, Southampton.
Oh, no, because if you think beginning of the season, they were struggling, weren't they?
And I think a lot of times the Premier League will, it definitely will sort of spit you up and chew you out spit you out and chew. What is it? Chew you up and spit you out. Yeah, sorry.
No,
if you don't sort of gain that consistency. But they have done better under Hasenhüttl, and I think it's a testament to his management.
I think he's a good manager.
Yeah, he did very well, and he was good with Leipzig. Helped Timo Werner massively.
Absolutely.
Who knows where he might have been if it wasn't for Hasenhüttl. So yeah, very good player, very good manager. It seems, even though he doesn't really know the language, obviously that's spoken in this country, but
he still speaks pretty well from what I've seen of him.
Yeah, he's well, this is sort of central European, isn't he? So
yeah,
a lot of people from around that area, they can speak pretty good English, and so they should be able to.
Yes.
Because it's a universal language, English, and also football is a very universal language in that sense.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and James Ward-Prowse, of course, is the new captain, I think, taking over from Hotspur.
Absolute fantastic player. Always liked him. Always rated him.
Yeah.
I think he gets a lot of stick.
Yeah, which is why I was surprised Hotspur was playing, because if Ward-Prowse is captain and Hotspur's been stripped of the captaincy, I didn't think he would play.
Yeah, but maybe it's not anything that Hotspur has personally done. Maybe it's just a change in leadership. Ward-Prowse has been with Southampton since I think he was like 8 years old.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
He's now 25, so that's 8 years to be with one team. It's more like 15 years, isn't it, or something like that? 17 years, and that's a long time. Especially, in modern football terms, where loyalty is pretty dead. As we've discussed before.
Yep.
And I like Ward-Prowse. I like Southampton. I'm glad they got the win. I think they deserve the win. And who knows where they're going to go this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're pretty much guaranteed safety, which is all they could have hoped for, I think.
Yeah.
Because they are at a level where I think, like I said, if they were more consistent, they could push for more in the Premier League. But it's so, like I said, it's so difficult to get that sort of consistency.
Oh, it is. Yeah, definitely. How did Alex McCarthy do in place of Angus Gunn?
From what I saw, he didn't do too much, which is a good sign, obviously.
Oh, well, yeah, Norwich only had one shot on target, it looked, so pretty dreadful.
Would you like to hear a fun fact about Angus Gunn?
Go on, then.
His dad, Angus Gunn's dad, Brian, is a Norwich City legend.
Oh. Wow.
I don't know. Well, he was like their starting goalkeeper basically all through the 90s. Brian Gunn.
Yeah.
And that's obviously where Angus Gunn caught the attention of Southampton. Was at Norwich on loan from City.
Oh, okay.
So, did you not know that?
No, I don't think I did. Thank you for that.
So it's great for, I've always liked Alex McCarthy as well. This is what I'm saying about Southampton. It's not, I'm not a Southampton fan. I've never been anywhere near there.
No.
I just think I like the way the club operates.
Oh, absolutely. And Fraser Forster, he used to be quite good, but obviously he's dropped off, I think. Or is he gone?
I think he's on loan at Celtic, isn't he? Celtic's
of course he is, yeah.
God knows why. I always thought he was a good goalie.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think he must have. I think he did drop off because obviously he was in the spot for England. England, wasn't he, for a few years?
He was Joe Hart's main backup, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Fraser Forster.
But times change, and obviously Tom Heaton, good goalkeeper.
Football football has changed a lot, but I always thought Fraser Forster was very, very good. I thought he was athletic. I think you need that as a goalkeeper. I think that's to me, that's one of the main attributes of goalkeeping is athleticism and reflex. Obviously, reflex is massively important.
Oh, of course. So we were talking about Smallbone. What did he make any impact when he came on for Armstrong?
I don't think so. Somebody I did keep an eye on that did seem to do quite well was a young lad that I've never heard of before. He's a number 52. I didn't quite catch what his name was, to be honest.
52 Teller.
Yeah, he seemed really good.
Nathan Teller.
Is that his name? Is that his name?
Yep.
Yeah, he seemed very good.
Oh, right. Maybe another one to look out for. Yeah, he came on for Ings in the 88th minute.
He fired a shot right down the throat of Tim Krul, but I thought, on your first Premier League appearance to take a shot on, I think he knew what he wanted to do with it as well. I just thought he was really, really confident. And I appreciate that, obviously.
Oh, good, excellent.
With anybody, especially with a youngster making an appearance, I think, and we've seen that with the likes of Hudson-Odoi and Rashford, younger players are more confident as a rule now. And Greenwood too.
And hopefully, because Angel Gomez is close to signing a new contract, so hopefully we'll see more from him.
Where have you heard that about Angel Gomez? I thought he was. Thought he was stalling.
So Solskjaer said they've offered him a contract and he's close to signing, but obviously it's not definite yet. But he's close to signing, so let's hope. Well, I'll hope. Conor McIntyre, Fine Line commentators, actually said this. After this, I don't think Norwich are going to be good enough to stay in the Premier League. They had early opportunities, but no composure in front of goal, and then the belief just evaporated. Second half, I don't think embarrassing is too strong a description. So, and Chris Sutton was very, very brutal as well.
The thing about Norwich is they were second half. They were wide open.
Yeah.
I don't think Southampton could have asked for anything easier.
Yeah.
It was pretty embarrassing, and also Southampton were like I said, Southampton were clinical, and it was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Because they were just opening them up all the time.
Yeah.
I really like some of the young players that Southampton have, Norwich. Sorry, I really like some of the young players Norwich have got. Don't get me wrong, the likes of Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis.
Oh yes.
Are looking good for the future. But yeah, embarrassing second half, probably. About as accurate as it can get.
And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that believed this side deserved a win. He said so.
Would you agree with that?
Once Pogba came on, I'm not sure. Like I said, United were poor, but also some of Tottenham's players were poor. So I don't know. I think actually looking back, a draw is probably a fair result, I think. But United have got to do more. Certainly, it was times when it was very nervy, particularly whenever Lindelof, he's another player that, it's just terrifying to see him in a bad way because he's not good in the air and he's always very shaky, which it's a hard one. But I do think a draw is the right is the right.
The thing is, Will, is you can't win every game.
No, I know that, of course.
But I think the problem with United is, you know, I can't say very much. I'm not a United fan, as you know.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'm very much more sort of the opposite. But I think the thing with United is it's always about missed opportunities with them now.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing because they're a better team than that. They're a better team than to be sat there saying, "Oh, you know, we could have done this." Well,
they're getting there,
you know,
though. I think slowly.
on another day, it could have been like this.
They're getting there slowly, though. I think.
Yeah, I see the progress with Ole. Definitely, he's a good manager. He knows the club. He was there for 10 seasons.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I think he was injured for a significant amount of that, but
yes. Roy Keane, I'm just looking what else he said. It was so funny. Get a taxi back to Manchester, they should hang their heads in shame. I wouldn't even let them on the bus after the match. Absolutely tore into De Gea. I would be fine.
De Gea's really, really lost stock, hasn't he, over the last couple of years, like we were saying.
Yeah, I'm not sure
but
whether...
he is a good goalie.
Oh, absolutely. Especially if Dean Henderson continues the way he's done Sheffield United and De Gea keeps up like this, then I think, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, I think, and of course, how excited are you for Timo Werner? You know, at Chelsea now that it's official.
Majorly, I just can't believe we've done it. I can't believe we pulled that off.
Yeah. I think he'll be.
When he could have gone to Liverpool and he chose us, I think that's good enough for me.
Oh, absolutely, and the chance to work with, a legend like Frank Lampard, just
a great player, and he seems.
Oh, of course.
He seems like a genuinely nice guy as well.
Yes, exactly.
Which is great.
And can they get a deal for Kai Havertz, I wonder? Because that would be another great deal for them if they could pull that one off.
I mean, it's like, it's the kind of deal that you'd see from the Chelsea of old in my eyes, and that it's really, really great. But also in the same breath, as somebody who really likes the youngsters and likes what Frank's doing with the youngsters here, or at Stamford Bridge, should I say, it's slightly concerning for them.
Well, I'm not sure because Werner can play as a left winger, so if you have Abrams centrally, Werner on the left wing, Havertz, if they sign him on the right, Mount in midfield, boom, you've sorted, I think.
Mount can do many things, can't he?
Yes.
Which makes him a very good asset, I think, for the future.
Oh, absolutely. He's young, he's versatile. Those are two great things. A player who's versatile, that's a great, player that can play multiple positions, It really helps you. Now, I was saying about this in the previous stream, Joel, Wheels.
I've said to you before, come on if you want.
Yeah, so what would you prefer?
Anything. I'm easy, mate.
Okay, I'll call you Jordan then. So World Players Union, FIFA, something
Pro.
Yeah, something pro wants a break of between 10 to 14 days to help players cope with the demands. What was your thoughts on
between when?
Well,
over what time period?
So, addition to the winter break, it wants a minimum 3-week break between seasons for players, followed by a retraining period. So,
Why? When are they on about the season restarting?
well, I'm not sure. We haven't got a date for the 2020 to 2021 season yet. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I think that might be a good idea. I think because the schedule is going to get hectic this season, and of course for Qatar 2022, which is going to be an absolute disaster. It's going to wreck the league. Should have scrapped the Qatar World Cup and not played at all. Handed it to another country.
They were thinking about moving it to another country, weren't they? I've heard that.
They should do it. It will wreck the league. It will be a disaster for every team.
And I think that it'll test fitness levels of teams, and particularly like in the more demanding leagues like Spain and England,
Yep. This will interest you, George. Macclesfield Town will remain in the English Football League, but they've been deducted points, but they've avoided relegation to the National League.
Oh dear.
And they've
Poor Stevenage.
Yep, they've also been fined £20,000. So yeah, what's your view on that then?
It's pretty rough, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
For Stevenage. I mean, as a Crewe fan, it's no secret there's some bad blood between Crewe and Macclesfield. I don't know if you know that, Will.
Yes, you mentioned it because we were talking about, remember, on I think it was on one of the lost recordings, shall we say, because I was saying that Stoke City, I thought they were Crewe as well, but you said Macclesfield Town. So
no, Crewe's two biggest rivals are obviously. I think Macclesfield Town is a bigger one. That's just because Port Vale are a shit club, and who the hell wants anything to do with Port Vale, for God's sake?
If there's any Port Vale fans, I apologise for that. Probably won't be though. Yeah, I mean, poor Stevenage, because they're getting relegated, and it's not their fault because, I do feel sorry for them really, but well, that's just the way it's happened, I suppose, and obviously if they don't pay their wages and stuff, because it sounds like that seems to be quite a problem for that. And Barcelona also played today. They drew 0-0 with Sevilla in the La Liga. Granada lost 1-0 to Villarreal. No surprise there. Mallorca or Mallorca? No.
Mallorca.
Oh, it is Mallorca. Oh, right, yeah.
Pretty sure, yeah, it's Mallorca.
Yep, drew 1-1 with Legends.
Leganes.
Oh, right, okay. Thank you for that. That's the league. And as it stands, the Liga table, Barcelona 65, but it's close because Real Madrid 62, so Real Madrid could still potentially win the Liga if they can keep going. Honest.
Madrid could, but I don't think Madrid will.
No, but they've had two great games so far since the restart. And yeah, Bale didn't even come off the bench, and they still managed without him.
So, what are you thinking for tomorrow then, Will?
Well, obviously I'd like to do Bournemouth v Palace because, you know, it's an extraordinary game, and I wouldn't usually, obviously, because one, it's not, no offence, it's not a big game, a United game, but because it's one of the 4 games on the BBC, which, and the fact that anyone can pretty much watch it, it's on terrestrial TV, so I thought, why not, you know, I mean, obviously we'll see what Ben and Sam are doing. If not, then perhaps, you know, we could always talk about it on Monday. I will see match of the day then. I mean...
well, we could always do it. We could always just do the game.
Yes, you're right. I mean, yeah, we'll see on the group chat. Yeah, we'll have to have a talk about it. And, yeah, I think we've got all the points across. I mean, a few Arsenal do want to offload Ozil, apparently, and yeah, so it'd be interesting to see what happens with the Ozil situation, because Arteta actually said he well, from what he said, he seems to have attitude problems, Ozil, which is not surprising.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap things up, to be honest.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we've got all the. What was that bang again? Don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, JLI Wheels, for your company.
My pleasure.
It's
See you tomorrow.
been a successful stream, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's been okay.
Yeah, I think streams are definitely my strength, I would say, actually, I think. So, yeah, obviously, if we go too long, then, you know, stream is a good thing to do. All right, guys, anyway, thank you for watching. We will be back, I think, tomorrow with Bournemouth v Palace. But, of course, we'll let you know. If not, we will see you on Monday. Time to be confirmed. Sam and Ben will definitely... Well, Ben actually will let us know. Sam is definitely good for Monday. So, we shall see. But yeah, if we don't see you tomorrow, we'll see you Monday. Goodbye from me.
Bye-bye.
And goodbye from JLI Wheels.
Goodbye.
If you want to like, share, comment and subscribe to the Lightning Ball YouTube channel, then please feel free to. Bye-bye.